Hello and welcome to another Woots Up. I know it hasn't been 3 or 4 months. It's kind of scary, but I found an easier editing software that I don't have to spend 6 years trying to get up over the learning curve on. The problem with playing with professional video or photo editing software is that they have a really steep curve. I used to be pretty proficient in Photoshop back when I was going to commercial photography school, but that's a long time ago. And time has moved on, and we weren't a videography school, so it didn't really help much with having learned Photoshop. But in any case, so this week's update, we have some news on the Beetle, we have some news from new tools for the shop, and we have some new pieces to go in the shop. Not really tools, but helpful nonetheless. So let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, look, I have some shelves. You can kind of see what they are. They're pretty crusty. I got these at an auction of a auto parts store that was going out of business. They're cheap, they're old, they're kind of crusty, as I said. There goes another one of our local loud but slow guys. You can kind of see these have a lot of shelves. So a couple of them are going to go up for my wife's dahlia farming operation, and the rest will be for me to put in the shop for various and sundry items. I got them. Interesting story with this. I won the auction on 3 shelves for 15 bucks total. So $5 a piece. I go there to pick them up, and the guy says, "Hey, do you want any more of those? I've got like 6 more of them." I'm like, I don't think I can fit more than a couple. So we actually managed to fit 5 of them in the van. It was a tight fit. There were 4 of them crossways and one on top. It was interesting unloading them, which is why they've been sitting in the van for about 2 months now, or a month and a half. So as you can see, I haven't had to go anywhere with the van. The other big news is that I have ordered a CNC plasma table. So all the brackets and things that this is going to require and the low cost is going to require, they're going to look nice and they're going to be professional looking. How's that? It's I've used the handheld plasma cutter on this thing fairly extensively, and it's pretty tough to get good looking results. I mean, just right up front, anybody who can freehand that stuff, my hat's off to you, because I sure can't. Anyway, so it's got about an 8-week lead time. They're waiting on plasma cutters, which is kind of funny. So I already have a plasma cutter. Unfortunately, CNC plasma tables require a non-high frequency start. The high frequency start messes with the CNC electronics. And of course, the one I already have has a high frequency start. So in some ways it's good, because that way I don't have to dismember the CNC plasma table to go do freehand work on the Beetle or whatever. But it added about $800 to the cost. The other thing I did this week, as you can see, we now have a main roll hoop in the car. This was not an easy task. This is actually the first one of these I've ever built from scratch. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. This is, while it's the most critical bar, it's also the easiest, because it's just got flat ends on it. Pretty much all of the rest of the bars will be not only bent, but they'll be fish-mouthed as well, which adds another level of complexity to them. It'll be interesting to see. You just basically cut it, oversize, and sneak up on it. This is basically how it works. That bar was not my first effort. This was my first effort. Trying to use the bender, and I not only did I bend the first bend the wrong direction, but then I bent the second direction off of the line off of the center line, actually, instead of off of the line for the bend. and I was going the wrong way anyway, so it wouldn't have worked. But, you know, that's about an $80 piece of tubing right there. Fortunately enough, I can still cut it up and make a lot of other things. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's that long or less than the legs, and I'll probably even use this small piece on the bottom too. I'll just cut the corners off of it. But anyway, that's kind of the update. We didn't really do anything on the low cost this week because we were messing around with the beetle and shelves and stuff like that. So nothing really to report there. Anyway, have a good evening, and we will see you later.